I'm not talking about technical stuff here. I'm not talking about a coverage checklist. I'm talking about a client checklist. So let's go through these 12. Do you review your overall relationship between the client and the agency, and including, of course, the producer and account manager? How do you grade that relationship? Let's just do it A, B, or C to make it easy. If the producer and the account manager, or the client advisor as the manager, both graded an A, then it's referral time. If there's an A and a C, then you have to find out how you can raise whoever graded a C up to an A. 2, how well do we keep the client informed? That's critical. Find out how they want to be notified of things, how they want you to drop by and call them monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, or annually. Number 3, are your clients convinced of your insurance skills? If you have designations after your name, do they know the study you went through to get those? Do they know what they mean to the client? Sure, it looks good to have a lot of letters. That's great. But when your client knows, it is greater because they have more respect for you because they understand how you work with them. Number 4, do your clients perceive you're accessible? When they call, do they get a return call quickly? Do they find you when they need to? Do they have to make multiple calls to catch you? Are you out all the time? You don't return your calls from the road. Accessible, important, all of these goodies. Does your clients perceive you know their industry? How? Do you mail them clippings from industry trades that you read? Do you point them to webinars of those that you see? When we can take people out again, do you take them to a trade show that might be right up their alley, even if you have to drive an hour with them, which is great? Invite 3 clients, will have them network. You win on all 3. How can you help your clients in their skills and that you know their industry? Next, does your client perceive you meet their wants as well as their needs? Needs is coverage. Want is communication style. How often? How long? Ask them, what do they want in their insurance agent? And if they say price, I hope you have a great answer, because a price doesn't come unless the buyer works to make it happen. That's another story for another wisdom letter. Does your client understand weaknesses in serving them? Do you understand what weaknesses you have in serving your clients? A clients especially, B clients especially. Weaknesses. What are your agency's weaknesses? Have you done that survey? Have you surveyed your staff on what they perceive their weaknesses, your agency weaknesses are? Next, how would your client describe your agency to his or her friends? How do you think? That's a question to ask them, isn't it? Your A clients you've had for 6 or 7 years, find out why they've been loyal to you, but don't ask it like that. You appreciate them being a client for 10 years? Here's the gift. Find out how and why they've stayed with you. Now, clients mostly don't move for price unless the price goes up dramatically or something happened. I've done surveys for agents about talking to their clients. And I have lots of stories about they asked their agent not to renew it with that company, but the agent got a better price than they did, and they lost the account when the buyer could shop for a better price then. So ask your buyers. Next, does your client understand their billing? Hard to know in today's world. What can you do to better serve that client? You want to know that question. And you only communicate when the client calls you, not proactively, not throughout the year when something happens about their insurance or the industry as a whole. Hey, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.